So I figured I would just do an article forge review, show you this pretty cool software that can write some pretty outstanding articles in almost no time flat. Um, and then I want to talk a little bit about some things you need to watch out for in terms of using this for SEO. So if you plan on using this to write articles that you're going to put on your website to rank, then there's a few things you need to watch out for. But first, let's take a look at how the tool works, and we'll jump into things from there. Below, I'll leave a link where you can check out all these tools and everything. But essentially, once you get signed up for Article Forge, you can log in. This is what you'll see when you first log in, and it's pretty simple. You just have new articles, my articles. So these are the ones that have been written. A WordPress attachment, like a plugin, so you can auto post to WordPress, a scheduler, some API affiliate stuff, Help Center. But really, the bulk of your work is going to be done in this new article section. And when you come in here, you can paste in your keyword, and it's going to allow you to write an article. If you would like to write multiple, you can switch over and you can do 3 or 4 articles at once. You just put in whatever you want the article to be about, one on each line or separated by a comma. So you have to be careful, because if a keyword is separated by a comma, let's say you're like taking a sentence and putting it in here and there's a comma in the sentence, it'll actually make 2 articles out of it. So that has happened to me a few times. Just watch out for that. That a comma is telling this tool that it's 2 different keywords that you want 2 articles for. So if you switch back here, it's going to allow you, first of all, to choose your language, and then you can choose the length. So very short, if you want to write like a description or something, all the way to a full length 1,500 word article. And when you do the 1,500 word article, it'll auto generate the sections with subheadings and then content underneath those subheadings. It actually works pretty well. If you generate some of the shorter ones, it'll usually not have subheadings unless you decide to go ahead and add them in here. So just for example's sake, let's just do a 500 word article, and let's write it about, can Google detect AI written content, which is kind of the interesting thing I wanted to talk about that most people probably are not talking about while this is writing. When you're using AI content tools to create content, they're going to come out in a certain format where Google and other search engines can detect that a tool like Article Forge was responsible for writing the content. And if it sees that you're just posting hundreds and thousands of AI generated content without any human intervention, it's probably going to see that as spammy. So you just want to be careful that you don't get flagged by Google, for just creating low quality AI written content. That being said, half of the work of writing an article is sitting down and figuring out what you're going to talk about. And so if you use a tool like Article Forge to knock most of it out, and then you come in and rewrite it and make it look all nice, that can save a ton of time and energy. Really, it's the brain power that it seems to save. So once this is done, what we can do is come over to this tool, AI Originality AI. I'll leave a link below where you can check this tool out. But in this tool, we can start a new content scan. And so then we're going to come to this scan tool here where we can actually put content in. And this is going to run a couple of scans to figure out, first of all, was AI used? Could Google detect that AI was used in this content, more or less, if you want to think of it that way? And then it's going to also check for plagiarism. So did the Article Forge tool pull some content from a website that is plagiarized, right? So if we click here, once Article Forge is done writing the actual article, you'll see this click here to see the result. Click on that, it'll open up this article where we can take a look and see what it created. And so it's going on and on and on, and it's talking about how Google uses best machine learning algorithms to spot and penalize websites who try to game the system. So, like I was saying, you just have to be a little bit careful with some of these tools, because if you take the content that was just created here, pop it into originality.ai, run some scans on it, then we're going to see that it is in fact 100% detectable that it is written by AI. So essentially what Originality AI does is it uses these same models, GPT-2, 3, Neo, all these, and from what I can tell, it tries to predict whether your content was written by AI. So it'll give its AI these first couple of words and see if it can predict the rest of the content. And if it's able to, then it's pretty confident that it was written by AI. So you can play around with this, throw in some content that you've written and some that is written by AI, and you can definitely tell that it's detectable. I've played around with it quite a bit. I won't go into that in this video, but in general, you can see this is pretty well written. It's saying that there's some spelling errors, but it's not really. Like de-indexed is actually a term. I'm not sure if it's spelled that way, but either way, it pops out a pretty clean 500-word article that we could then take and use to be the first draft, if you will, of our polished article. And that'll probably save, a first draft could take an hour, 2 hours, doing all the research, figuring out what you're going to write about. This AI tool is going to already know all the information, well, a lot of the information that's online. It's going to be able to source that information and be able to pop out information that's accurate, like what Google is actually doing as of late with penalizing AI written content. So anyways, I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you had questions about in terms of Article Forge or AI content detection or anything of that sort, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there. Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with your online marketing anymore and you'd rather just hand it over and have somebody take care of it for you, or if you really just want to talk to somebody and get some pointers, let's connect. I do offer consulting. I have different services I can offer to help you grow your business through digital marketing. But yeah, feel free to check out my website. You can come on over to traviswilkie.com. Here's how to spell it because it's kind of funky. But you can come check out some case studies, see the results I've been able to get for my clients over the years. And if you're interested, we can connect. I'd love to help you out. If you can't tell, I love helping business owners grow, especially when it comes to digital marketing. So, all right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.